Hello everyone and welcome to the New York Empoleon's Week 4 battle of the APA Evolution League. We are here 2-1 facing down Hiker Toad and the Boston Boldores this week. Absolutely terrifying team, absolutely terrifying draft. Really good battler. Now, first things first, what do we notice of his squad? Kyurem came, that's not surprising. Manaphy, dang it, it's the one thing stopping my Scizor from sweeping. I'm not too happy about that. And the Silvally is going to have to be determined. We have to figure out what type that Silvally is moving forward. Yuxi Mega Camera means he's probably going to be rocking out with Trick Room this week is what I'm kind of expecting. And we do have the terrain wars between Coco and Bulu that will be raging throughout this battle. This is the first time I'm going to be post-comming without Dan, so guys will get to see a little bit of a different style where I'm not necessarily trying to show Dan the moves, but actually talk more as a knowledgeable Pokemon player, assuming that you guys have some level of knowledge of Pokemon as well. So you guys will get to see a little bit of a different style. Maybe you guys like the way I do it with Dan, which is a very entry-level way. Maybe you guys like this style instead. Now, right off the bat, you guys are going to see that I am going to lead here with my Rotom, as he is going to lead with his Kyurem Black. This is a decent lead, honestly. Rotom was my answer to Kyurem. It is my counter to it, so it's not a terrible option. I wonder if he's going to sub here. I'm kind of curious what his play is. Maybe if he subs, I know he's probably not. I mean, no, he's not Scarf. I can see if he's leftovers, or maybe he's Life Orb, or whatever. If he specs, then this will do. Then an Ice Beam would do over 50%. I could take a Draco Meteor from full. We are super specially bulky. If he goes for an Outrage, well, maybe we know he's physical, and we can play around that a little bit better as well. And we do see him immediately go for the Ice Beam, does about 40% as the Rotom gets up its light screen here. And we're going to see a little bit of an interaction where he didn't go for the sub the first turn. I figure he might not go for the sub the next turn. So let's go for the Toxic here and stay in with my Rotom as his Kyurem does go for a bit of another Ice Beam. I'm like, okay, maybe he's Scarfed. I'm not sure yet. Let's kind of scout out if he's Scarfed or not. And he's just going to keep clicking Ice Beam, and we are going to now Hex him and do another like 40%, bring him down with a Toxic damage. He's actually going to take out my Rotom here, but that's totally fine. You're going to see the Toxic damage take him down to 29%, and at this point, I'm like, wow, this Kyurem is chipped so far. Rotom did exactly what it needed to do. Yes, a 1-for-1, but if I 1-for-1 Rotom for a Kyurem, that's perfectly fine by me. Scizor comes in, it's a free Bullet Punch. He definitely thinks his Kyurem is still valuable. There's no reason I need to click Bullet Punch here. He's got so many answers to it in Manaphy, and potentially, depending on if it's a like Electric type Silvally, or if he's got the Camera Up, those all switch in hard to that. U-turn would be free if I have it, but if you haven't watched Team Builder, or if you have watched Team Builder, you'll know I don't have it this week, so we are going to be putting out the Scizor here, and we are going to actually click the Swords Dance, as I know he's not going to stay in with his Kyurem right here. Now, Swords Dance, Scizor has the superpower, +2 Life Orb superpower, does kill a Camera Up from Mega Camera from full, even max HP Camera Up with some defensive investment, dies from full, and I expect him to be modest max special attack and max HP, so I can kill this thing with a superpower. Now, he's going to know that. He's going to switch out into Yuxi, which can eat the superpower. We're going to see this do about 30%. I am going to lose my attack and my defense. The Rocky Helmet shows, the Rocky Helmet shows, the Life Orb shows, and then we are going to show that we are just going to click Bug Bite and immediately take out the Yuxi. We're down to about 50% after 2 rounds of Life Orb and Rocky Helmet, but at this point, there's no reason for me to stay in on his Camera Up. +1 superpower does not kill, and I do have a Mega Camera Up check, and that is my Druddigon, and I have the light screen up for one more turn, so I am going to be able to just go into my Druddigon here, as we do see him just go for Stealth Rock. Now, I can go for a Glare. I actually fully expected him to switch out right there. I wasn't 100% sure what he'd go into, but Silvally seemed like an option, and Manaphy seemed like an option. Paralyzing either of those was perfectly fine by me. I did not expect him to stay in and attack me, so I actually went for that Glare, not trying to hit the Camera Up. But with the Yuxi down, he's not going to be able to get a Trick Room off, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about it. So I am going to be able to just see that he actually gets fully paralyzed, and then I can just click Aqua Tail and kill him because he's showing that he wants to stay in on my Druddigon, which is strange, but I was perfectly cool with because I have the Aqua Tail. And I am able to reveal it, land it, kill the Mega Camera Up, so we are going to be able to be up 5-4 right now, which is really nice. As Kyurem comes back in, now we are super specially bulky, so we're going to see this do about 60%, and we get our Citrus Berry recovery off as we are able to click Stealth Rock. And switch out into my Ditto, which can take a Ice Beam just fine. It is neutral, it is going to do a decent amount of damage, but it's actually going to do almost 50%. That's a lot more than I was expecting, and the Toxic is going to take him down to 10%. I have no idea if he's choiced at this point. I do know his moveset at this point. My Ditto learned that it was Roost, Ice Beam, Hidden Power, I don't know which Hidden Power he's rocking, and Earth Power, and So no dragon type move for me to click, which is fine. I wasn't going to click it anyway, but I don't know if he's Scarfed. If he's Scarfed and he outspeeds and wins the speed tie, then we Ditto drops and his Kyurem drops. So we trade Ditto and Rotom for Kyurem, which is not the greatest trade in the world. I know he has to stay in right now. I assume he's going to click Ice Beam right here. The only thing that can kind of take one of those is Scizor, but it's already down to like 40%, and I don't want to bring it in on rocks and then take an Ice Beam and then have to take Life Orb recoil later. I figure Scizor can be useful to me later. So I'm actually just going to click Roost with my Ditto, and we are going to see that I am going to maybe win a speed tie or maybe just outspeed because I'm Scarfed, as he's going to go for another Ice Beam and he's going to drop to the Poison. Now Silvally comes out at this point. Ditto's in here. It is Scarfed into Roost. It is down to 40%, and I don't think Silvally can outright threaten me. We notice that it's Silvally normal type, so I don't know what item it's going to have. So I'm just going to go for another Roost here to try to get my Ditto back to a healthy amount of HP, as he's going to go for the Flame Charge and show that he's actually going to be Flame Charge normal type. And I'm thinking maybe he's that Swords Dance set with like Double Edge. That would be really, really scary. So no reason for me to just lose my Ditto at this point, since I'm just locked into my Roost at this point. So I'm actually going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Nidoqueen. I'm going to go to my Druddigon, which has the Rough Skin, and can just die to whatever hit he goes for, get a little bit of chip damage off with the Rough Skin, and drop, and then I'm going to go out into my Nidoqueen on a safe switch in. I just wanted to sack off the Druddigon. And it showed me Return, not Double Edge, which I was like, okay, that's something to know. He's not going to be taking recoil damage from his own attacks, but I still don't know his full set. So Nidoqueen now comes in. I do have the opportunity to click and attack. Nidoqueen can take anything from this Silvally. We know it's not choice banded. It should do about 40%, 40 to 50%, I was thinking. And he actually goes for the return and shows me that it's going to do like 70%. That thing is Silk Scarf as heck. So we're going to Sludge Wave, and he's actually going to survive. I don't have the Sucker Punch, so Nidoqueen is going to drop here. And we are going to have to go into Ditto at this point, which is going to outspeed because of the Choice Scarf. And we do learn his whole set does have the Swords Dance on it as well as Defog was his last move. Now I'm going to go for the Return here, and Ditto is going to click Return on the Manaphy as well. He's going to go for the Scald. If he gets this burn, we are in a lot of trouble, but he doesn't get the burn here, so we are able to just kind of sit there at 38% or so. I click Return again. He goes to Bulu. It does 50% to the Bulu, so this is a very offensive Silvally. And even with the Grassy Terrain recovery, that's not going to take another return. Now we are down to one return left. Manaphy comes back out. We did 38-something% last time, and we click it again, and we do not get the kill as he goes for the Z Rain Dance at this point. And if you have been counting, we have used 5 returns. We are out. We don't have any more. So Ditto is now going to be locked into Struggle as its only possible move. Does Struggle kill Manaphy from 7%? Actually, it does maximum 12%. So it does manage to kill the Manaphy from there. Did that calc, managed to figure out that Ditto did clean up that game at the end there. Not 100% sure what the Bulu play was there, why he would go Manaphy, go Scald, then go Bulu, as opposed to going Manaphy, going Z Rain Dance, or even Waturium Z to try to kill the Ditto. If he had gone Waturium Z with the Manaphy, then he couldn't Z Rain Dance, which was nice because that meant Coco could come in, go for the Calm Mind, and potentially clean up the rest of the game, but either way, Ditto was able to finish that off for us right there and get those last 3 kills, which was super great. So managed to pick up the win this week against Hikertoad. That's incredible. Scizor didn't do as much as I was expecting it to do, but hey, Scizor still put a lot of pressure on his team and forced him into a situation where Ditto was able to come in and clean up at the end. So that's really, really nice. Coco didn't even hit the field, but that's totally fine. I don't care. I am perfectly comfortable getting a win is a win is a win. Doesn't matter who gets the kills for you. So we pick up a 3-0 victory. We are now 3-1 at the beginning of this APA Evolution League, and we are taking on Sean Stirs or Slippy Slurpy, I believe, or something like that, on Showdown next week, and the Galactic Greninjas. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this as we are progressing through a Showdown League for the first time in the history of the Empoleon. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Nope, not tomorrow. Next week with the Team Builder and battles for Week 5 of the APA Evolution League. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.